25 to the 27. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Louisville.
And he was taken in the second round after setting career highs in passing yards and touchdown passes for the University of Louisville. 3 different schools in college and 4 degrees. Academically inclined, had the playbook down pat in absolutely no time. Has a big arm, takes care of the football, and his experience is going to serve him well as a new starter in the NFL.
How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing the tone for this one.
So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick 2nd and long. To throw now, Shuck. And he's going to go down again. Bobby Brown. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Boy, how about this to start a ball game? That's twice in a row now, Charles, that they get to it.
And how often do we talk about offenses that operate off of a script to begin games? Feels like this defense had their script together on this one, and their script said put the quarterback down and do it fast.
A miserable start here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and very long. They'll throw. Here's Shuck. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here comes the Saints punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
His 2nd year in the league certainly didn't go the way that he thought it would. In fact, a lot of whispers around the team and around the league that maybe he was not going to be the guy. Ended up getting benched, took his time, watched the game, and then came back better than ever. 2nd year in the same offense with the same head coach should lead to an even bigger jump in year 3.
First down, they'll stay on the ground with Hubbard. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7. Young now. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's 3rd and 3. Young will set to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week, but they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
On fourth down, Carolina going to send out Sam Martin to punt. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up second down.
At the 36-yard line.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. The play fake, now Young. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Young working out of the gun. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Young from the shotgun. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack.
Even keeping the back end for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on to punt for Carolina. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. To throw is Shuck. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. He juked him. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
Staying on the ground on first with Camara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Throwing, Shuck. Now be taken in by Shaheed. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll pound it up the middle with Camara. And he is going to have a Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Here's Shuck. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it's 2nd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
That's caught left side by Cooks. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
That's another Saints first down. 1st and goal, New Orleans.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Tyler Shuck keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Saints will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
Groupie able to add the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Panthers nothing.
So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Off the play fake, Young. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Wreaking havoc was Nathan Shepard, the D tackle.
Brings up second.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fake.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Young off the bootleg. Out to the front. Puts it on the carpet. It's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. Almost like, it's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Now here's Young. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. There'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Midfield just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there, excellent, because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial game.
Shuck now to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll get 5 out of the scramble, hits 2nd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
3rd down, Shuck from the gun. That is caught. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 16. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Saints 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Now Shuck. And that's complete to Cooks. And that's good for a gain of 6. And they're going to face a third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing third down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
Kamara is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Groupie for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Saints.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Young to throw it. That is caught. McMillan with it. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now Young. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Young to throw it. Got a man, that's Leggett. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
First down.
And this offense has been a little slow to get going, but some signs of life here in this second quarter. They're moving it pretty good, and that helps the cause as well. Good yardage and another first down.
They'll run on first first down with Hubbard. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing, Young. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Panthers have cut it back within a score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Ryan Fitzgerald now to add the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the second quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows. They're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
He'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around.
New Orleans.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
3rd down.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. Little short pass here to Hill. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Again, this is Kamara. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Able to fight through one tackle. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's another Saints first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Kamara. And once again, he'll get possibly back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it with Neal. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Here's Blake Groupie now for the Saints field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
Good for a Panthers first down.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Over the middle, it's complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Here's 3rd and 10. Young now. And that will be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. Fair catch called for Nate at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. He'll start with a give to Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun here, Shuck. There's Chris Olave. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
He'll find Shaheed out to the right. Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
More yards. That's another Saints first down. A gain of 21 yards. First down, Saints.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And it's caught. The tight end Hill. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. So a player's shaken up. We'll get a stoppage here. And that's Alvin Kamara, the one who's going to receive some attention. Hopefully he's okay. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Neal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. First and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. To throw is Shuck. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Blake Groupie now for the Saints field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Second and a couple. Looking to throw, Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. To throw now, Shuck. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
2nd and 4 at the 34-yard line.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Young. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Again, it's Young. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Here's Young from the shotgun. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire fourth remaining, so stranger things have happened.
Young. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. And here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Panthers, first down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
They'll run here with Hubbard. And he gets him a little bit closer, takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now Young. Touchdown, Panthers. And Xavier Legette from 4 yards out. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Well, Bryce and that Panthers offense, they're going to stay out there and go for 2.
The Panthers.
They're going to try and run. And he'll wind up short of the goal line, so they will not be able to get this back within a score as this remains a 10-point differential. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. Oh, able to avoid him. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you can say that again, they've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Throwing, Shuck. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 14 yards is the pickup, first down, New Orleans.
That's good for a Saints. First down. 1st and 10 at the
I have to tell you, Brandon, I feel like a coach right now because I'm wondering, Why the angle route continues to be so effective when, as an inside linebacker, you're always taught, don't let someone cross your face. If they want to go outside, it's okay, but they make that outside fake, cut back inside, often to great success.
Little short pass here to Hill. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 49-yard line.
This is Neal. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
It's a gain of 20.
That burst good for 20 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
What I continually hear from running backs and offensive linemen is how often they're actually getting together to watch film so they can get in sync with each other, understand blocking patterns better, how a running back likes to cut, what he wants to do. And, boy, it all came together on that one.
That's one where they watch and say, hey, we did everything we were supposed to do right there.
That looked like the play we drew up and designed. And then we got to see it unfold in real time.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
Now Shuck. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Shuck now to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Neal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. They run again with Neal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Shuck will throw on 3rd and goal. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Chris Olave from 13 yards out. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
A point after, good by Groupie. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Carolina offense about ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A gain of a yard.
Demario Davis there on the stop. From the 25, here's a 2nd and 9. Now here's Young. Looking middle, and he finds McMillan. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Young to throw it. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get 1 key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. They'll give up the middle, Hubbard. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Panthers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Right back to Hubbard. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Now Young. That is caught. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Panthers first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
To throw, Young. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard, 29 yards. And the Panthers get a bit closer. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Fitzgerald now for the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive goes 8 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. They'll start on the ground with Neal. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Again, it's Neal as they stay on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
First down.
Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
They run with Neal. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. Now a 2nd and 6. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. Little short pass here to Hill. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Finding space at the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? That they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
10 more yards. Complete to Xavier Legette. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Saints' 30-yard line.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Here's Young. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Young into the slide, and he's got a first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Out of the gun, it's Young. Now he'll take, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Throwing, Young. Throw left side complete. That's Hubbard. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. In motion goes the tight end. Young will set to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Panthers, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Young now. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
On is Fitzgerald now for the PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
That's the score, Saints.
So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. Able to slip by. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
To throw is Shuck. Little short pass here to Hill. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Here's Shuck. Over the middle, complete. That's Neal. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Panthers' 45-yard line.
Off the play fake, Shuck. There's a short one caught by Johnson. First target, first catch, and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Gain of 15 yards.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanketed his receivers. That's a backbreaker for the defense. They finished this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
This is Neal. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Saints, first down.
The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the 4th quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw now, Shuck. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown.
From 4 yards out. And the Saints get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. But that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Here's Groupie for the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he spins through. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard. And not a whole lot doing there, so get it up to about the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Looking to throw, Young. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He had no options downfield there and just chucked it out of bounds.
There was no one open. He was in the pocket. Where was the intentional grounding call?
Oh, you wanted the flag.
Of course I did. I'm a defensive guy. You know that. Where was the flag? The officials point out that someone was in the area. He got away with one.
Young. He's got his target. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
And here, down 2 scores, you've still got some time, but you've got to start thinking about preserving the clock when you can. And that's a nice job to secure the football, pick up the first down, and get out of bounds.
Young to throw it. The open man here, Renfro. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 7. They'll throw again. Young. This is caught by McMillan. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
And we're definitely getting towards the point of the game where not getting a lot of yards is secondary to keeping the clock moving. I mean, to me, that's a double win defensively. Short gain and some more time off the clock.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Pass taken in by his big tight end. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on 3rd down.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
Young. He's got Sanders on the out route. It's caught. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll set up 2nd and goal.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No yardage.
Okay.
Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. They'll try to pick it up, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Bryce Young, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers are back within a score.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. A 10-play drive that time. And it was Bryce Young who finished things off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. How does the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here? And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 150 left in the football game.
So with your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Throwing, Shuck. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Saints punter now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. The Panthers offense and Bryce Young headed back onto the field. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Here's 2nd and a yard. Young. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hubbard. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Final minute. No timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. Got a man. That's Leggett. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's Young. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Young to throw. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
3rd and 2.
This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Charlotte, good night, everybody.